First leg of the six up then, race number 5. Some very progressive individuals in here as well. It's a class 4 over the 1,200 metres, headed by Lean Perfection. Looked very good, winning on debut over the 1,000 metres, beating Super 18, who's got a £6 turnaround. Nice Kick was a last start course and distance winner as well. Sunny Power makes his debut with the blinkers on. Natural Flare was behind Super Missile at massive odds. Wasn't beaten far last time out. Super Eurostar likes to roll. He's got barrier 5. Tawny very close to a class drop of 42, and he's first up since November.
He is, so he'll go in fresh. Super Eurostar genuinely likes to get to the front. We know Multi-Max's tactics is roll on. Super 18, I think, will be positive from barrier 1. He was able to be close enough over the straight 1,000 last start. Nice Kick should get into a nice smothering position. Lean Perfection's a little bit of a tricky one. He might be caught wide. However, a few things went against him last start on debut and he was still too good. The newcomer Sunny Power doesn't look to have a great deal of pace.
First one we'll take a look at here is Lean Perfection. As you can see, he's put on 25 pounds actually, which is interesting. He's put on a little bit of body weight, so he's obviously loves his food after that win. He's been out celebrating. Zach Purdon's aboard, as we all would after a win. Super 18, now you look at the time here and you think this is a bit dodgy, isn't it? He's been pushed out a bit in this particular piece here as well. So I don't know if Bobby just pulled up before the end of his actual sectional, because he had a decent work out there.
Yeah, it looks quicker than 27 seconds,
yeah.
didn't it? And in good form as well, one of the big players.
Yeah.
Let's start off, though, with Lean Perfection, 1 from 1 so far. His jockey, Zach Purdon.
Zach, Lean Perfection, few things went against him, but he still found a way to win first up. You must have been happy with that.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good performance. You know, he's not blessed with the most amount of gate speed, but he found himself in a nice enough spot and he come through and he was able to get the job done.
Up to 1,200 metres, will that help him out even more?
I think it will. The draw's obviously a little bit awkward and I'm not sure where we're going to be from there, especially with the rail where it is. So it's not going to be easy in that regard, but, you know, he's continued to work well in the mornings. I think he's come on a little bit from that first run, and if he gets the right spot in the race, you know, hopefully he can be competitive again.
Zach, sort of outlining what you said as well with the speed map, is the barrier draw and where he ends up. He doesn't want to be there, does he? 3 wide,
No,
certainly.
I think he'll either drop back and be well back or try and slot in somewhere. Zach highlighted there C+3, so if you get back on that course, it can be probably more difficult than other positions to make up headway, but he does look to have a reasonable engine, as Zach highlighted as well there, speaking to Edward, so you can't be too sort of wary about him. I think you've got to just put him in.
Yeah, I've got him in the numbers. I haven't put him on top because top weight with that awkward draw and that increased body weight just worried me a little bit. He'll come up favourite as well. He's favourite now at 3.9. But I still think he's good enough to be placed, and maybe he's good enough to win.
Yeah.
However, I'll look at another one.
Yeah, there'll be 1 or 2 others that'll give him a run for their money, or his money, and I think because of some of their draws, they might be the chance instead.
Yeah, clearly a very talented individual, but maybe a couple of things against him on Saturday. A horse that has come up with a good gate is Nice Kick, and he was a pretty impressive winner from a bad gate last time out. Sam Clipton will take over.
Yeah, it was a good win. Prior to that, he was behind Noble Steed as well, which was quite good form, and then he came out and bit a nice horse here and Have Fun together. So it was a good win from him. He's in good form at the moment. He's only had the 3 starts. I think there's more to come from him, so I quite like him.
From the 3 starts, 2 of them have been really good, and it's been the same situation. He's been deep and come wide, had plenty of galloping room. The run between, he was down on the rail in congestion. I don't think he really let down comfortably in that sort of situation. So from barrier 3, I think Sam will be looking to sit 1 off, maybe 1 out, 2 back, as we saw in that speed map. He can peel out, strike, he'll be hard to beat.
All right, he is the second favourite as it stands at the moment. Natural Flare went round at over 100 to 1 last time out. This is over the 1,200 metres, and was only beaten 1 1/4 by Super Missile, a nice horse.
Good run, goes in for me, Andrew. I've got him in for 4th, just because I think Lean Perfection, Super 18 and Nice Kick are all nice young horses with their fair share of ability, and he'll probably maybe just lack that turn of acceleration. But he did find the line strongly here, so he's a very interesting runner. I almost made him the long shot, but I'm not sure he can beat the others that I mentioned, and we know Super Missile probably should have won by further there, so he's in for sure, but maybe I think 1,400 or a mile might be better.
Yeah, he's only had the 2 starts, so he's open to improvement, definitely.
All right, OK, that's Natural Flare. He's come up much short of $16 at the moment. The debutantes, Sunny Power goes in with the blinkers and the hood on here. a 4-year-old son of Tavistock.
Yeah, he's had 5 trials in New Zealand before he got here. He won one of them. He's had 3 trials here. 1170 pounds he weighs. He's by Tavistock, as you mentioned, so 1200 is going to be too short for him. The blinkers do go on for his debut, but not for me in this race.
No, I mentioned at the start of the show that the owner had a horse called Sunny Power who raced some 10 years ago. He was a Group 3 winner, ran 5th in the Hong Kong Sprint in 2008. I don't know whether this horse is at that calibre. He's definitely not at this stage.
No, I've written watch next to his name. That'll do for me this time round. But this is a really good sprint, Paul.
Yeah, I'm going to go with one we haven't had a look at here with number 2, Super 18. I thought it was a really good run from him when he ran a really nice second. He should get a nice trail. And I think he can win. So I've got Super 18 on top to beat Lean Perfection and turn that sort of form around that they had over the 1,000 metres, just because of the wide draw and that extra weight he's put on. So 2 to beat 1, 2 to beat 1 for me. 3 nice kick in there for third. I think he can run nicely as well. Sam Clipperton from barrier number 3. And Dr. Proactive is the other one. I think Matthew Poon taking the 7 pounds off will help him. But yeah, 2, 1, 3 and 4, and I'll go QQPs 1, 2, 3.
Fair enough. I got similar numbers to Paul. I settled on nice kick. I just thought he'd settle 1 out, 2 back, come to the outside. Clear galloping room seems to be what he's appreciated in his 2 best performance. So him on top, Lean Perfection, Super 18. They're both nice young horses going forward. They could easily topple the 3 as well, but I went 3, 1, 2. And Natural Flair, as we highlighted there, that was a nice run from him closing off, but I do think he might be better once he gets over a bit further. But interesting to see how he matches up. Again, I'm going to play the exotics, bank of the 3, and throw in the 1, 2, 6, and I'll sneak in the 10, Superior Boy, just for that trio as well.
Yeah, I think the top 3 there are very progressive individuals, so I've got similar numbers as well, 3, 1, 2 and 4 from me in race number 5.